I'm Perry and I live on a narrowboat. I camp in a transit van that I've recently converted myself and called Tilly Teacup. I have an allotment that I'm not very good at. I weave and do other crafts and have recently become a wedding celebrant. And this is my life in a teacup. Morning peeps. Well, I have exciting news. All being well, weather permitting, tides permitting, my boat is being moved from the Gloucester and Sharpness Canal to the Narrows. I've decided after 10 years on this canal, it's time for a brand new adventure. So me and Gillyflower, my boat, are heading up the River Severn, up the River Avon and onto the narrow canals. Now today I'm going up to Derby for the Derby Fair. The vintage fair that's at the Derby Conference Centre. So I thought, whilst en route, I will go and have a little mosey around my new mooring. And there's a gorgeous pub just down the road, rather nice inside, and I like those sort of pubs. And they open for breakfast, so I might go and have myself a little bijou brekkie. I'm really excited about this move. It's been a long time coming. I've been so... No, I mean, I'm always doing something, as you know, but there's part of me that felt so sedentary that I knew there's more to sitting on my boat on this beautiful canal. I mean, you've seen the sunsets and things, and I'm really going to miss those. But obviously the other canal has its own beauty. It's a lot smaller because it's a narrow. I mean, you know, the clue is in the title, as it were. But yeah, so I'm heading up there now en route to Derby for this fair that I've got at the weekend. And I mentioned before, if you're around at the weekend, Derby Conference Centre, lovely big vintage fair going on there for 2 days. So I'm just driving out of Frampton at the moment, and where the boat is moored now on the Gloucester and Sharpness, and I'm going to go country lanes and enjoy the views along the way. I did notice the other day, because I'm in a van, obviously I'm up higher, and the pheasant is my favourite bird. I used to eat them, I have to say, but I've been vegetarian for, I don't know, quite a number of years now, 10 years, something like that. And I lost my track then. I don't know what I was going to say. Oh yeah, about the pheasants. And of course they've all been let out, haven't they now? They're bred and they're let out, and they're all over the fields, and I can see over the hedges because I'm high up in the van. And just pull out this junction, and I feel so sorry for them, but I understand it all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking what happens. I'm not, you know, if I choose not to eat them anymore, that's my decision, nobody else's. But they are beautiful birds. My father used to breed them actually for himself. He used to breed them and shoot them for himself, and he was also a beater, you know. But yes, they do look rather glorious in their field or fields. I mean, they're just all over the place at the moment, and they when you see them en masse, they're just so beautiful, especially the males. Obviously the plumage. Oh, I love a pheasant feather, me. Anyway, I better concentrate on my driving, so I'll do a little bit more filming when I get up to the mooring, and might have a little sneaky film in the pub as well. And I'll speak to you later. Bye. This is the Bull's Head, which is at the bottom of the lane from where my new mooring is. Perfect. Little stagger home after a few gins, but it was really nice, and the staff are wonderful. I've been there a few times now, and I think it's going to become my local, and it's great for a bit of, you know, light lunch, brunch, evening meals. This was sourdough with goat's cheese and peaches. I'd never had it like that before with the peaches. It was really lovely. So here we are. How different this canal is to my other one. This is my new mooring. This will be my little place where I can put fairy lights and things, which is on the bank where my boat will be. This gap here, see how narrow it is. It's going to be so different, but so exciting at the same time. And I've only got 2 boats in front of me. Then there's my mooring which will be there. There are quite a few boats behind me, but I like the fact that I'm down the end, as it were. It's really nice and quiet. So it's going to be a very different life, but one that I know is going to be interesting, and I'm really excited. So as I pan around here, I've already taken Gertrude, my bike, my sit up and beg Miss Marple bike. So I took that up the other day and it's all wrapped up, waiting for me and my boat to join. Doesn't it look lovely? It looks really cozy and like you're wrapped by the trees and the warmth of the nostalgia of the canal. So it's the next day and I was at Derby Vintage and Antiques Fair. And I've had this stuff for years. A lot of it was left over, I think I might have said before, from props from my wedding business, my wedding venue decor business. Selling these because I wanted to raise the funds to help pay for, you know, my boat move and all of that. And I did really well. I sold quite a bit of what you see on that table. And I really did enjoy it. So I think I'm going to do a few more. I might be a buyer and seller. Who knows? But it was a great show. Well, it's Thursday, the 7th of November. And this is dusk. And I am looking at this beautiful view. Well, not so beautiful today because it's really dank, but you've seen some of the sunsets that I've posted in the past. They've just been incredible. So this was my last little video of the canal that I'm on, and tomorrow I will take my boat just up to Seoul. It's Seoul Junction. It's only about 15-20 minutes boat drive away because, as I said before, I'm not going to take the boat. I'm getting someone to do it for me, and in my little nattering later I'll explain all those reasons why. So this was the field I looked at. It used to be full of beautiful cows in the summer, and obviously they take them in the winter. And through the trees, you can't see it, but there was a lovely church, and every Thursday was bell ringing, all those beautiful things. But I will have more beautiful things at my new mooring, more beautiful sunsets. There's a lot more greenery closer to me, so the sort of flora and fauna, I'm sure, will be beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, it's goodbye to the Gloucester and Sharpness Canal, which has been very kind to me. I've met some fabulous people, had a great time, made some really good friends, and a couple of them are going to be lifelong friends. So yeah, it was great being there and I enjoyed it. So bye all. One last picture of sunset over the Gloucester and Sharpness. This was taken a couple of days prior to the last clip, and they were absolutely stunning. So I will now say goodbye on this one and take you to the next clip, boat moving day. Well, don't I look the picture as usual? Morning peeps. Yeah, so I've just left my mooring. You can see behind. There we go. Lovely little bit of wash. Just a little bit, we don't want too much. Yeah, I've just left my mooring after 10 years on this canal. There's one of my fellow boaters, one of my neighbours, she took a video, so I'll post that with this, and so you can see me actually driving the boat. Not what I'm doing, I'm trying to sort of standing there. But yeah, let's switch you round. So I'm heading north up to Gloucestershire. But like I said, I'm going to drop the boat off at Seoul Junction, where I will hand it over to Brandon. He's been an engineer on my boat for about 5 years, I think, and he's also a boat mover as well. So I'll explain, like I said, not my nattering, why I'm doing it this way. But yeah, just a last little look at this amazing wide shipping canal. It's going to be interesting getting used to a narrow canal when you can almost touch the trees that are opposite. Bye, look, there you go. Like I said, beautiful canal and lovely, happy memories.
I will. I was thinking that. Take care, lovely.
So that was the video that Claire took. Hi Claire, thanks so much. All the best to you in Scotland, darling. Yes, that was lovely to be able to see myself driving the boat. This black and white still is what Brandon took, the boat mover, and he's just pulling into Gloucester Dock, and that was on Friday afternoon, ready to lock out of Gloucester onto the River Severn on Saturday. Hello. Different surroundings. Not a china cup, but it's a china mug. Anyway, I thought I'd interject here just to explain why I'm moving and why it's been done in a very, very quick fashion. I suppose we all go through life and we do feel a little bit staid sometimes. Do you know what I mean? When you sort of think, well, I've done this and I've done that. And like, what's next? And whilst I'm still, fit and able to do things, I thought there must be more to life than where I was. So, one day, talking to my friend Deb, who's also moving, funny enough, we were just chatting about, where we are now and what we were doing. And Deb said she's got itchy fenders, as she calls it, and that she was thinking of moving on. And I was like, oh, I'd love to go and live on the Narrows. And she said to me, well, why don't you? And I just said, yeah, poo-pooed it. But I sat there that night and I thought, why don't I? Why have I stayed on this canal for so long? I mean, even when I lived in houses, I used to sort of stay there 4 or 5 years and sell up and move on because that's who I am. So I sat there and I started to look for moorings, but I couldn't find any that would match or better the mooring that I had, because as you can see, it was beautiful. So I sort of gave up the idea, and because it's winter, the tidal lock that's at Gloucester Docks that leads you out onto the Severn River, all the way up the Severn to Tewkesbury, then you come off on the Avon, or you can carry on round and go up to Worcester and Stourport and places like that. In the wintertime, because of the weather, they'll only let you out when it's good to do so. And you have to now, rather than just turn up at the lock and wait, you have to book in advance. So I had to be mindful of the fact that if I couldn't go now, I wouldn't be able to go till the spring because of the weather. I'd also made the decision not to take the boat myself. And a lot of the reasons are because I'm a bit claustrophobic, and there's a couple of tunnels and one of them's quite long. I mean, don't ask me to go through the Hardcastle tunnel. Oh, boaters would know where that is and what that's like. I don't think I could do it. I think I'd freak out. And also there's like Tardy Big, which is a big set of locks. I think there's something like 30 locks in a staircase. And when you're on your own, it is very, very tiring. In the summer, yeah, there's lock keepers, but in the winter, there isn't. And, as you get a little bit older, you're not as strong as you were. So I made that decision to get someone else to take the boat for me. But I also made the decision I wasn't going to go until the spring. But that mooring that I've shown you, it found me. I wasn't looking. And isn't that always the case when change comes about? So literally just a few weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, I was looking at Britstops for sort of camping overnight. And Britstops, if you don't know, it's an app, I have explained before, it's an app that you can get that shows you places that you can stop overnight, like pubs and distilleries and places like that, where they'll allow you to stop overnight in their car park. So I was looking at that and something popped up, and they were talking about a pub that's there on the canal called the Bluebell, I think it was. And it showed, they put pictures up, and they took a picture of this mooring from the canal bridge, and they posted it to say what a lovely area it was. And I thought, that's not a Canal and River Trust mooring. I've never seen that before when I was looking at the moorings in the area that I wanted. So I went onto their page and I found that they had 2 moorings available. So I phoned them up and I got my van and I went to see them, and I sort of fell in love with it straight away. And the other thing about it is, whilst it's a canal mooring, it's not a marina or anything like that, there is a pull in there for other boats to come and fill up with diesel or maybe pick up gas or coal and things like that, like supplies. So it's got a little bit of a supply. And that was a good thing, because it means that coal and gas and diesel are all there. So for me, again, as I get a little bit older, you know, I'm dragging my trolley down with 25 kilo bags of coal in it, or big gas bottles and things like that. It would make life a lot easier because those facilities and amenities were there. And I drove around the area, and then I had to go back again up to Derby, as you saw, and I went again and had a look at it, and knew I then made the final decision and paid my deposit, gave notice on my mooring. I mean, my mooring on the G&S is still mine until the end of the year. I'm trying to get out of it and see, because it's empty and someone could move on to it now, you know. So I'll see what Canal and River Trust say. They may say, no, you've got a contract, you've got to keep it till the end of the year, and that's fine, you know. So yes, so those are the reasons I moved, because I need an adventure. I need something more. And all of a sudden, I feel more alive. A lot more alive, because now I've got a new adventure, I've got new people to meet, I've got plans of what I'd like to do, I've got to explore the area. It's a stunning area, it's just lots, and I'm in the middle of the countryside again. It's really lovely. So this weekend, while Brandon is doing all the hard work and chugging my Brandon, I love you, thank you so much, though I am paying him, it's not for free, it's not as a favour, but I love him to bits, and it's great that he's doing this. So yeah, so he's chugging my boat up the canal at the moment. He's I'm hoping he'll get to Stratford today. It's hard going because my boat isn't a fast boat, but he's doing well, and he's keeping me updated every evening of where he's mooring up and how things are going. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, by Tuesday night I will be cozied up with the log fire going on my new mooring. But once I'm there, obviously I'll post and let you know how I feel and everything. You can see I'm really excited. But yeah, it's a new adventure, and why not? And it was what I needed. So I say to you guys, as I always say, you know, if there's something you want to do, if you're not quite sure, and for God's sake, just go and do it. Because it's like someone said to me, well, if you don't like it, you can move on. If you don't like it, you can come back. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I will go back. I'm not saying I'll stay there forever. There might be another move again. I mean, I am a bit lucky because I can take my home with me. That's the beauty of living on a narrowboat. You don't have to pack your boxes and get your removal vans and apply for your mortgage and be heartbroken because someone's gazumped you, or, you know, the sail fell through, or whatever happens. You know, I just start the engine and woof, off I go. So on that note, oh yeah, my surroundings, I'm staying with Kath, my friend up in Nottingham. So I'm in a house at the moment, and it is strange. I mean, I've got used to obviously staying in houses, and all my friends live in houses. But it is, you do realise how much water you can waste, for example, because I have to fill my tank with water. So I've got water reserve, and when I open the tap, I don't, like most of us, when we clean our teeth, I'm sure most of us do it, we just let the water on. Well, I used to, and now I don't, you know. So I'm, even here, I'm like turning the tap off, turning the lights off. So yeah. So to Kath, mwah, one of my best friends, my best friend, thank you, hun. It's been, you know, you've been very accommodating, putting me up. And yeah. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.